Yeah. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another review, and this time I am taking a look at Power Rangers, which of course is the brand new adaptation of the classic TV show that all of us in the 90s, as kids at least, or maybe grown-ups too, probably, I wouldn't be surprised, loved the hell out of. We loved it even though it was absolutely terrible. It was cheesy, corny, but we loved it, and guess what? I still love it. It's so corny and cheesy, but you gotta love it, even if it's just there to sell toys and stuff. And you know, a lot of the footage was old footage from Japanese shows and stuff, or a Japanese show or whatever. It was still awesome. I love that show, and I still do. It's corny, it's weird in a way, it's just, I love it. I really do. So when I heard there was a new Power Rangers movie coming out, and it was actually going to be worked on by them guys, I was really looking forward to it. And the first trailer itself was a little disappointing. I didn't think it was too bad, but a lot of people found it a little disappointing for the most part. The second trailer came out, and I thought that looked awesome. I was like, oh man, it looks cheesy, corny, bad special effects, some cheesy dialogue, some witty banter and stuff. Alpha 5's there, Zordon's there, it's all great. And when I mean great, I mean it looks like Power Rangers, so it doesn't look great, so that ended up looking great to me. So I was excited for this movie. I got to see it today on Thursday, not Friday. I got to see it a day early, which everybody can. It's not like I'm special or whatever. And let me just tell you right here, Power Rangers, if you are a huge fan of the original franchise, I'm talking about the original Power Rangers, you're going to love this. Okay, not that Mega Thunder Force or wherever the hell. I didn't watch that stuff. I watched Power Rangers. You were going to love this movie. At least I think you are. You might have little nitpicks here and there, but if you have nitpicks, come on, bro. Come on. This is as faithful as you can get in this day and age to Power Rangers from the early 90s. This is as close as you can get, I think, and it really does work. This movie is corny, has bad dialogue, some pretty cheesy acting, some really bad special effects at times, really corny looking special effects that do not fit at all, but it all melds together to something that feels like Power Rangers. Here's an example. Alright, the first hour and a half of this movie has no Power Rangers in it. It's all of them training to be Power Rangers, and then the last 30 minutes is them actually Power Rangers. That is so in line with the cartoon. The TV show? The TV show is like the first 15 minutes is all about their high school lives or whatever, and then the last like few minutes they fight as Power Rangers. That's just so in line with the show. I mean, normally I would be like, okay, this is boring, but I found all the characters endearing in a corny way. The actors do a decent job of what they're given. They're all different, personalities, so they don't all feel the same and stuff. And sure, there's some teen dilemma stuff here that I could deal without, just like I could deal without it in the original Power Rangers, but it feels like Power Rangers, and it doesn't become overly boring ever, in my opinion. There's always stuff happening. The characters are likable for the most part. The actors do a damn good job for the most part, and I really enjoyed watching the first hour and a half, and then when I get that little 30 minutes at the end, I'm like, that's like a cherry on top of the cheese sundae. For the most part, everybody does a really respectable job here. I mean, they knew what this was. It was Power Rangers. Even Bryan Cranston knew that. So there is a level of cheese in everybody's performance. And you could say some of them are bad performances, but I do feel like the bad performances are there on purpose just to make it feel more like Power Rangers, okay? The actors that play Jason, Zach, Trini, Kimberly, and Billy, especially Billy, are all really good in their respective roles. You really do actually like them. They build their characters for the most part. They all have like different personalities, and they all have little backstories that you get to hear in this movie that makes you kind of like them. Maybe more so, more like a Billy character than you'll like a Zach character or whatever. You'll like one more than the other is what I'm trying to say. But and I use that example because I like Billy a lot. I like Zach a lot too. I don't know why I said it. I like all of them really. Even Trini, who's really just I don't know. She's really played off like she's kind of like the, you know, the sullen and kind of emo type. But everybody does a good job. Bryan Cranston as Zordon. You get to see him in the beginning of the movie as a Power Ranger, and you get to see him as Zordon in the movie, of course. And Zordon's special effect looks really good. All the special effects look really good for what this is trying to be. I'll get to a second. But actually, I would say Zordon's special effect looks really good. Just straight up. Just special effects wise, it looks really good. You got Bill Hader as Alpha 5, who looks... In the trailer, I was a little disappointed by the way he looked and the design and the animation, but in the movie actually works much better. He's really funny in the role. He does say "ay ay ay" if you're worried he's not gonna say that. That's like his trademark saying. He does say it, okay? He does say it. And for the most part, I actually really liked Alpha 5 in this, and he's probably less annoying in this than he was in the original. So I'll give him that. But the scene stealer in this movie, I have to give it to Elizabeth Banks. She, as Rita Repulsa, is amazing. She is so hammy. She doesn't show up until like maybe 50 minutes into this movie, and after that, it's her movie. She is so good in this role. I couldn't believe it. Like, I love Elizabeth Banks. I really do. But when I heard she was cast as Rita, I was like, I think she may be able to pull it off. She's done comedic stuff in the past like this, so she can pull off a character this maniacally evil. I'm sure she can even pull off the laugh, which is Rita's big thing. I'm not even going to try to do it. But her annoying voice is probably the big thing about that character. But she nails it. She really does. She's a Rita that isn't quite annoying when it comes to her voice, but she feels like Rita. She does a great job, and I really, really liked her in this movie. I liked her costume. She's sexy. I love Elizabeth Banks. I don't know what to tell you. This is fat dude. Oh, I don't have a neck beard. I was about to call myself a neck beard, but I don't have it anymore. Can't even use that insult. I'd like to see you try that insult in the comments. You're wrong. But yeah, everybody is really good, but Elizabeth Banks, I mean, she's over the top, don't get me wrong. Some would say a bad performance, but she knows what it is. Again, you have to know what this is, all right? And when it comes to the ending, the last 30 minutes where they become the Power Rangers, and this isn't a spoiler, it's called Power Rangers, and they have to use the Zords, and they use the Megazord. Oh my god, it's so entertaining. It's corny. It's pretty bad when it comes to special effects. It had a pretty low budget considering it's a big blockbuster movie. I think it was only $100 million when considering most Hollywood big budget action movies cost like 150 to 200 and even over that. This being 100 million, it looks pretty good for the budget, and it looks pretty good when you consider what the property is, where in the original show it was just a bunch of guys in suits, or it was actually like toys fighting one another pretty much, or models or whatever. So considering what this is from, it looks good enough, and the designs are really cool. All the Zords look really, really cool. Of course, they're all based on dinosaurs. They all look really cool, very vibrant. You can tell which one is which you can't do in the Transformers movies. You can't tell who is who. So I hate when people comparing this to Transformers because of the designs. I wouldn't say that. At least you can tell who they are. You know, you can tell. Oh, there's the T-Rex. Okay, I can tell that's a T-Rex. I can tell that's Jason's T-Rex. Okay, but whatever. Point is that the Zords look good, and when they form the Megazord, I know a lot of people didn't like the design of the Megazord. In the movie, it really is like the cherry on top, because he's only, I mean, he's a person. The Megazord is only in it for maybe 5 minutes, but it really is the cherry on top. Like, it was like the director, Dean, I don't know his last name, but he's the guy that directed that really bad movie, Welcome to Yesterday, or whatever the hell, Project Almanac. That was the original title, Welcome to Yesterday. But it was like he was like we all know you want the Megazord, here it is, just a little bit. So in the next movie, maybe we'll get a bigger budget if this one does well, and we'll show you the Megazord. I really hope this movie does well, because I really enjoyed everything about it. I really like the characters. I really like the performances. I really like the action. It's all cheesy, don't get me wrong. I love this movie, but I can't give it a really high score, because all that stuff is there, but it's still not really that great. But really, it's well filmed. You can tell what's going on. There's even a Children of Men style tracking shot in the beginning of the movie, which is really weird. Also, there's some really oddly placed like jokes. Like there's a whole bull semen joke in this movie, or jerking off a bull joke in the beginning of the movie, which is weird. Especially since the scene before that was so corny and weird that the next scene is them talking about that. It was weird. It was very weird. But even for Power Rangers. So overall, I really enjoyed this. I'm sorry. I look like the dumbass is like, ooh, Power Rangers. But I really liked it. Also, Goldar. He didn't say Ranger. Oh wait, no. How does he say it? He goes Rangers or something like that. And I mean, that was disappointing. But besides that, I liked it a lot. I loved it actually. But I'm gonna give it a 33 out of 40. That's what I'm giving it. I know it might seem a little high, but you know what? I had a blast. I don't give a shit. All right. I don't care. I really enjoyed it. Are some of you not going to? Oh, I could easily see like, they didn't get the Megazord right. Yeah. I liked it, okay? Considering what it is, 20-something years after the original, I liked it. Also, look out for some cameos, that's all I'm going to say. I'm sure if you're a big Power Rangers fan, you'll immediately spot them. But anyway, there you go. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye. I love this movie.